convincing your mind that this is true. Relax and receive. How do you talk to yourself? Your inner conversation has to match this vision. Everything was connected the whole time in order for you to be where you are right now. The universe is on your side. Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Young and Unscripted. Welcome to this week's episode, all about mindset and manifestation. So in today's episode, I want to talk about a couple of different topics and kind of like dive deep into them. Conviction, frequency, vibration, detachment, and journaling. So I kind of want to dive deep into some of these areas, and I guess let's just start right ahead with what I always want to do: say a little paragraph, a passage, or quote of the week that I feel like is very important. So in today's episode, I have a little paragraph quote from the book Neville Collection, the Neville Goddard book. And there's a little paragraph that I really like. Well, there are a lot of paragraphs that I really like, but this one, especially for today's episode, that I want to kind of like start off with, to start off this episode. So let me read it. Every stage of a man's progress is made by the conscious exercise of his imagination matching his inner speech to his fulfilled desire. Because man does not perfectly match them, the results are uncertain, while they might be perfectly certain. As we control our inner talking, matching it to our fulfilled desires, we can lay aside all other processes. Then we simply act by clear imagination and intention. We imagine a wish fulfilled and carry on mental conversations from that premise. So I'm gonna kind of summarize this. When you're having this vision and this imagination of something that you want to happen in your life, this desire that you have, it has to match your inner talking to your inner speech, and how do you talk to yourself? Your inner conversation has to match this vision in order for this to come alive. Whoever you want to be, you also have to talk to yourself like that. You also have to have the inner speech as like that person, as if you are that person. You can't just imagine and see it, but talk to yourself like have the inner speech that is not how that person would actually talk. So you have to match these two in order to fulfill your desire. So I feel like that said it pretty well, and that's why I really like this little paragraph. And this is also how we're gonna get right into my first topic of today's episode, which is conviction. All right? With conviction, what do I mean? So manifesting all starts with conviction, and conviction is the most important thing. Like, if I'm telling you always this is the most important thing, this is literally the most important thing. Convincing your mind that this is true. Believe that this will happen, that this is possible. And when I say belief, it's like a truly deep belief. You're not lying to yourself. You're truly convinced that this is possible. And with conviction, we come into my second kind of topic that is connected, is frequency and vibration, which is very much connected to the conviction. It's the frequency, and the frequency you are vibrating on is basically how you're gonna manifest, and what you're gonna manifest, and what happens. So basically, in order to believe in something, when you really believe in something, right? Like truly you have this, when you're really like excited for something, whatever it is. Let's not just talk about manifesting. Let's just talk about, whatever it is you're like truly like excited about. Your body, you feel like a rush, right? Or like your frequency is high. You're vibrating high and positively. Your frequency is on a positive high level. And this is the frequency we want to be at when we think about this vision that we have, this thing that we believe in. And in order to believe in it and for it to happen, your frequency has to be high. You have to vibrate this you have to be in that energy level. You have to be in that frequency level. And it's not always easy. It's really not, because sometimes it's hard to stay in there. It's hard to stay in there. And but this is like for conviction for you, in order to like truly, like if you really, really believe in something, automatically your frequency will be higher. Your frequency, like how you walk through life, how you move through life, how you vibrate, what you vibrate, your frequency. And now you start attracting the same things, your frequency you're vibrating at, like the same positivity, because it's high and it's positive, you know. And you believe in your vision, and you feel it. You actually like feel it. You know, it's like you see it, you believe in it, but then you have to feel it. And once you start to feel it, like really think like, damn, this is gonna, oh my God, this is gonna happen. Okay. And you start to like really like, okay, this is gonna happen. Your frequency, you know, like it will automatically go up the more you're gonna believe in it, because your mind is convincing himself that this is true, right? So you're vibrating on a high level, and this will continue for everything to materialize. So this is basically, so I would say that conviction, frequency, and vibration are the three things, the three key things to start even manifesting something. If you want to manifest something in your life or whatever it is, your frequency has to be high, and you have to vibrate this energy. This is the key energy. Like if you don't have that, it's hard to manifest something like consciously. Like you always manifest something, everything subconsciously. Your whole life is the manifestation, you know what I mean? Like you being here, like everything that your reality is all manifested by your inner speech, as we just read in this paragraph. Your whole reality, your whole life is a reflection of your inner speech, and also your vision, imagination, what's going on in your mind. So if you want to do it consciously, you start actually having this vision of whoever you want to be, and start to think like them, talk like them to yourself, like really like to yourself, talk like them, and not just when you talk out loud or with other people, just to sound like it. You actually have to convince your mind that this is true too, not just other people. It's not enough to convince other people. You have to convince yourself. This is the very first thing, convincing yourself of this being true. You start to have a high frequency and vibrate, you know. And so these are the three main things to consciously manifest, and to just also kind of have a more positive life, you know, because you're in control of yourself, and you're happier. so yeah, I also want to go ahead to one more paragraph that I read in this book, because there's just something that I really, really liked, and I really want to share this right now. I don't want to read all of it because it's a lot. I just want to kind of like summarize it for y'all. I'm gonna read a little bit. The producer, the author, the director, and the actor are the four most important characters in the production of the play, right? In the drama of life, the producer's function is to suggest the theme of the play. So he does in the form of a wish, such as I wish I were successful, I wish I could take a trip, I wish I were married, and so on. So he says all of that, but to appear on the world stage, these general themes must somehow be specified and worked out in detail. It is not enough to say, I wish I was successful. That is too vague. Successful at what? So this is the producer's job. Being specific, successful is what? I wish I was successful. You know what I mean? So in life, you want to be specific with what you want. With what you want to manifest. You want to be specific. You want to have a clear vision. Right? Then we go on. The dramatization of the theme is left to the originality of the second mighty one, the author. In dramatizing the theme, the author writes only the last scene of the play, but this scene he writes in detail. This scene must dramatize the wish fulfilled. He mentally constructs as lifelike a scene as possible of what he would experience had he realized the wish. When the scene is clearly visualized, the author's work is done. What's he saying is that the author, he writes the play, right? And he starts with the last scene. What happens at the end? He starts from that. What's gonna happen at the end? He has the end so in detail. He knows exactly what he wants to happen at the end. Because we want to get to the end, right? We want the end to happen. That this is in life too. We have a specific goal that we want to reach. And we want to know specifically how that goal is going to look like and how we want it to be. What is going to happen? Who are we? Who we want to become? Whatever it is you're manifesting, whatever goal this is, you want to have everything in especially detail. And you start from the end because this is what's going to happen. This is exactly how I want it to happen. You create this whole thing, right? The author creates the whole thing. This is my end. This is what my end is going to look like, right? The third mighty one in the production of a life's play is the director. The director's tasks are to see that the actor remains faithful to the script and to rehearse him over and over again until he is natural at the part. And then the fourth one is the actor. And the fourth one is the human imaginations. The fourth mighty one performs within himself an imagination to predetermined action which implies the fulfillment of the wish. So the actor is the whole, like, where we embody everything, where we make it all real, where we make the vision come to life. So it's really funny. I found it really interesting to kind of like compare a play, how to create a play, to how to create your dream life, which is, when you think about it, really similar, right? You create a play and you have all the specific details of what you want the end to look like. So enough of that. Let me go into my next topic, which is detachment. Okay, so detaching is, I feel, the hardest thing. It's way more important than you think, because detaching makes you let go. It makes you let go, and it takes off a weight from your shoulders. It helps you relax and breathe. Just let go. And just be like, you know what? Whatever is meant to happen will happen. Why am I so worried? Why am I so attached to whatever it is? Whatever is meant to happen, whatever it is, it will find me. I'm not chasing anything. It will find me. So I don't need to be attached. Being attached, I mean something like, for example, the goal that you want to have, right? You don't want every day to be attached to that goal, like be like, you know, be worried about it and have like, because that frequency of attachment and worriness, we don't want to be in that frequency. The frequency of worrying and stressing about it is exactly where we don't want to be. We want to be in a frequency of detachment, of letting go, of relaxation. Relax and receive. You relax, your mind is clear, your mind is aligned, you're totally in a peaceful state of mind. Being at a peaceful state of mind is also being detached of everything. There's nothing that you need, like you only need yourself. It's like you detached. And I'm not saying like isolate yourself or anything. What I mean is like, because I feel like the more you're attached to something, the more you worry. The more whatever is gonna happen, the result is gonna shaking you. or you have too much stress. But when you detach, that's why, for example, we go to like resorts, or go to like, you know, like a self-care retreat, or just have a self-care night and just want to lie down and just forget about everything. We want to detach, right? We don't want to be worried about our end goal the whole time. We don't want to stress about the next day. We don't want to stress about someone the whole time. What are they doing? What is happening? Like you too attached, bro. Like whatever happens will happen. Whatever, you know, the universe wants it to happen. Whatever, the universe is on your side. Always. It will always work out for your favor. Whether you know it or you don't know it, whether you think it's on your, whether you think the result was for your own good or not, it was. And you will find out later on why it was for your own good. Maybe it was protecting you from the next thing. You never know, but I truly believe that everything has its reason, has its own good for you to happen. Even if you right now don't see it, you will see it. Whether it's in 2 months or in 5 years or 10 years. Maybe in 10 years you look back and be like, damn, this had to happen for me to be this person that I am today. Or this had to happen for me to even be here. And you realize that 10 years later. But in that moment you thought this was the universe just shitting on you. But no, it will never do that. Everything has its reason, and you will see that if you really look back in 10 years of time. Every single thing that happened in your life made you who you are and gave you the opportunities that you have. Everything is connected. Everything was connected the whole time in order for you to be where you are right now, and it will be later in the years. I believe that. And detaching from everything and just relaxing, you let go. You receive. You start receiving more. You don't chase it, you start receiving more. You detach. Doesn't it sound like so calm and at ease? To the word detachment, wait, when you think about it, it's like you're not attached to anything. You know, you have yourself, and that is enough. Whatever comes in life comes and goes. But all you need is yourself anyway. And if you are too attached to your end goal, that will result to being worried and being in stress, because you're too stressed if it's gonna happen or not. Don't let go of that. Believe it will happen, and then you let go. Let it all go, and everything will happen in your way. Detachment, yeah. Detachment. Detach or detox, you know, this is all connected to each other. Like the daily things that we do, that we just want to sit down, put our phones away, read a book. We want to detach, you know, from everything. And that's how it goes for manifesting something. We want to detach from this goal. We don't want to be attached to the goal. We just believe in the goal, and we know it will happen, but we don't have to worry about if this is going to happen or not. We don't need to stress about this if it's happening or not. We know it will, so we relax and receive and do our work and attract whatever is good for you. So the next thing I'm going into is journaling. I think journaling it should be way more important as it is. I don't know, everybody's obviously has different, like, how they feel about certain stuff, and how their process looked like when they're going to connect to the universe and themselves. Everybody's is different. Maybe some people just want to talk, you know, and let it all out, like, talk wise, and some people, like me, I love to write it down, whatever I manifest. I love to write down whatever I manifest and how I feel, and I love to write things down. And I think it's such a therapy, and if you think you don't like it, I think you should at least try and see if you like it, because I do think that it really helps in your daily life. I think it really does help, journaling. Like, a lot of people want to, like, deny that and want to say that it doesn't, but I want to say it does. And, like, I would want to say that, like, it is something that will help you relax and detach. And like all of this is connected to each other, because journaling will also help you to get into the high frequency that we want to be at. So all of these things that I'm saying are all for us the goal to become to that high frequency in order for us to believe in something that we want to happen that for some people may seem impossible. Get in that high frequency, believe in it, detach from it, know that it will happen, and journal about being that person, and journal about what it is. Be specific about it. And I feel like starting to write, you also get more specific about it, and you also start to think about it more, and that's how you start manifesting. That's how it all starts. That's how it all starts to become, you know, one step closer to reality. Like anything it is. Like it's anything. I feel like it's just so underestimated of how much power you actually have. It all does. Like how much power it all actually has. Like it's really fascinating of how much power the mind has. And if you actually truly, you know, consciously work on that, it's you become a really, really powerful person. Someone who controls themselves and their emotions so well that he can create the reality they desire and they love to live in. They love to wake up every morning. They love to be alive. Yeah, in my opinion, journaling is something that is helpful. Very, very helpful to me. So yeah, these are my little mindset manifestation tips, or whatever you want to call it, for this week. And thank you for watching this episode, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe leave a comment. Bye bye.